Cha Eunwoo, the face of ASDRO and one of South Korea's most closely followed celebrities, has finally broken his silence on a subject that fans and the media have speculated about for years: his true views on marriage and having children. In a recent interview tied to the promotion of his latest drama, Eunwoo was asked directly about his thoughts on long-term commitment, family life, and whether marriage is part of his future plans. His response, though calm and measured, immediately captured attention across social platforms, sparking conversation among fans worldwide. When asked about his stance on marriage, Cha Eunwoo answered without hesitation: "Marriage is something I respect deeply, but I don't believe in doing it just because people expect it." He went on to explain that for him, commitment must be based on readiness and purpose, not pressure. "If I ever decide to get married," he added, "it will be because I've met someone who truly understands the kind of life I live. Not someone who wants the version of me they see on television, but someone who sees everything behind that." This level of transparency is rare in the K-pop industry, where idols often avoid such personal subjects to maintain an untouchable image. What made his response even more striking was the way he continued, offering detailed insight into how his career has shaped his views. Eunwoo noted that, having entered the industry at a young age, he has seen the risks of entering serious relationships without preparation. "I've watched people get married too early or for the wrong reasons. They lose themselves. I never want to be in that situation." On the subject of children, Cha Eunwoo's response was equally thoughtful. "I've always liked the idea of having kids," he said, "but it's not about just liking them. It's about responsibility. If I can't be present, physically and emotionally, then I don't deserve to take on that role. Right now, my life isn't set up for that kind of commitment." He mentioned how the demands of his current lifestyle, international travel, packed shooting schedules, and constant public attention, would not allow him to provide the stable environment he believes children need. "I don't want to start a family if I can't give them peace and privacy. I wouldn't want my children to grow up under the spotlight just because of who their father is." Though he made it clear that he is not opposed to marriage or children in the future, his statements also reflected a clear prioritization of career and personal growth. "I still have a lot to achieve as an individual," Eunwoo said. "Before I think about leading a family, I need to be sure that I've built a strong foundation as a person, not just as a celebrity." This revelation arrives at a time when more idols are slowly beginning to share their private beliefs and personal goals, shifting the once rigid expectations placed on K-pop artists. But even in that evolving landscape, Cha Eunwoo's direct comments about marriage and children stand out. They mark a turning point in how he wishes to be perceived, not just as an actor or singer, but as a man with convictions shaped by real-life observations, not industry image. Reactions among fans have been split. Some have praised his honesty, noting that it shows maturity and depth, while others express concern that this shift in tone signals a departure from the fantasy-driven persona many associated with him. However, what no one can deny is that Cha Eunwoo has, for the first time, allowed the public a glimpse into how he views his life beyond the stage and camera. The interview has already begun to reshape discussions around Cha Eunwoo's future, not just as an entertainer, but as someone contemplating life beyond fame. Whether or not he chooses to marry or have children, this moment confirms that he is thinking seriously about it, and that when the time comes, his decisions will be intentional and grounded in his own values. For fans who have followed his journey from debut until now, it is clear that Cha Eunwoo is no longer just an idol. He is a man charting a path on his own terms.